All right, guys, this is Gary over at STRIPWELL. Just wanted to show you this little fun project, the Spanish armchair. Just wanted to show you how QCS can remedy this little purple problem. This is oak underneath. You can see it coming through. Luckily, a lot of times people who paint furniture, unless they're really taking the time, just slap it over the old finish and call it a day. So that helps the any stripping chemical you're using to pull it off. It kind of gets under the paint, hits that that coat that's underneath, and pulls it off pretty clean. So that's what we're hoping for here with the QCS. But you can tell just that back slat's not even painted. So whoever did this just sort of did a quick paint job. So we're gonna get this guy the leather off and get stripping the frame. All right, so there is the Spanish chair. All the leather is taken off. It just unbuckles like a belt. You can see they just sort of painted around the leather, it seems, or not really sure exactly what they were doing there. It looks like they didn't take the leather off when they painted it. So we're going to just now take the QCS and start coating it. And again, you just want to do a nice even light coat with the spray. Go over the whole chair, the whole piece that you're working on, and just let it work. We usually say wait 15 minutes or so, check it, and then apply again if necessary. Wait another 15 minutes. You don't want to waste your labor time on it, so just let it sit, let the QCS work, and when it's ready, you'll see that it's going to come off fairly easily. All right, so I literally just coated the chair, waited maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, pretty much right as I was finishing coating the chair, I saw it really starting to work already. So I'm going to just test it now here. This is that spot that had been missing. I'm just going to test it now with a putty knife just to see what it does. And it's definitely getting under the color, which is good. So what I'm going to do now is go to scrubbing. And because I think this paint's going to need to be scrubbed off. So I'm going to go to scrubbing, which is a little QCS in a cup. This is a little dirty because of the cup. I'm going to take some steel wool and just start to scrub all of the purple the purple paint off. So let's see what it does. All right, so I'm going to dip my steel wool in some QCS and then just start to scrub. And when you're scrubbing with QCS, what I do is, because it's not it doesn't really evaporate, it sort of stays wet, so you don't have to worry about having it really dry on you or create any weird marks. It won't do that. I go over everything generally. Maybe I'll work an area and finish that, but generally I'll go over the whole chair and do exactly what I'm doing here, just scrubbing it and releasing whatever that surface coating is, and then come back to it again and do a cleanup later, just because as it's wet, it'll continue to work. So this might just loosen up the majority of it, and then when you come back, it's loosened up even a little bit more, so you can give it another scrubbing. But that is, just basically the scrubbing you want to do on the entire piece, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and scrubbed the whole chair. I did it wet. I dipped steel wool into some QCS and scrubbed. So you want to make sure you do that. You don't want to try scrubbing it sort of dry. Depending on the finish, it may work, but it works much better if you do it wet. So you can see it's kind of a mess right now. What I'm going to do now is just take a cloth. You could use disposable cloths, whatever you want to use. Again, this is non-flammable, so you could throw it away if you want to. But I'm just going to now take this cloth here and wipe away mistakes. This is a purple mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it away. And what that reveals is that there had been some water damage, it looks like, under the paint, which may have been why somebody decided to do that. So I'm going to just go around now and wipe off all the purple that's heavy, and then I can spot treat and kind of clean up a little bit more thoroughly after I've gotten the heavy stuff off. Okay, so now that I've wiped it all off, I'm going to just now use some new QCS with a towel to work some of the red that's in the wood off. Now obviously if you're restoring this chair, you're going to sand as well and all of that, but the more thorough you are with this step, with the stripping step, the easier the whole project will become along the way. So we're going to take some time and just now give it a really good cleanup. What you do is you steal some time from sanding and you put it into the stripping phase, making the sanding phase even easier. Plus, it helps you to avoid really, really heavy sanding which is one reason why we really recommend chemical stripping, because if you just grind off the finish, especially in this case, or you go at it with an orbital sander, you can just lighten the wood up and create a look that doesn't really capture the vintage aspect of it. So we like to chemically strip really well and then do a light sanding. All right, so there is the finished chair. I may go over it again with some more QCS. That's the first towel. We wiped all the residue off after we scrubbed. Then we went back and did again, and then we wet it again and went over it one more time. And you can see it's pulling that pink or light purple out still. So overall, though, very pleased with how this has turned out. I may go over it again with some more QCS just to pull some more of the light purple out, or pink, whatever color you want to call that. But yeah, this is the way to go. I mean, really, when you're restoring a piece, especially something that's painted, but even finished pieces, sander is okay in some cases, but I would highly recommend that you go with the chemical stripping, and then obviously QCS is your best option for that, for all the safety and health reasons. So there you go, Safari chair ready to dry and move on.